Today we're going to check out a brand new style by Tressallure coming up. This wig style was sent to me by Wig Studio One for this review today. Be sure to go below the video, expand the description box. I will attach a link directly to this style. You can go out and look at all of the beautiful colors and pricing. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio One. If you ever have any questions for us, be sure to email support@wigstudio1.com. There's also a telephone number that you can get a call back. And if you are on a product page, just scroll down, hit the little help button, which is a black button with the question mark in it. And you could have the option of being connected with a live chat. So the new style I'm talking about is Picture Perfect by Tressallure. I have it in the color 3330 today. So among the three tones that you're going to find in this color is a medium copper red, and I think that's the most obvious color that hits the eye. It's the one that kind of stands out the most in this blend. Beautiful, just the right amount of brightness to differentiate between the colors. And then you'll also find some medium and some dark auburns. It's a wonderful, lush blend of red shades. The darker auburn is more obvious towards the nape and the back. And this is not a rooted color. So it's just a wonderfully layered, beautiful red shade by Tressallure. Their colors are really nice. I'm not crazy about their color swatches or their color names and things like that, but you really have to see these colors in person just to get a really good idea of them. They're absolutely brilliant. So before I filmed this review, I filmed an unboxing and application of this style. I know so many of you find it helpful. A lot of times I don't want to put on another wig to show you these things, so I don't want to detract from the style that I am reviewing, so I went ahead and made a separate video of that. So the unboxing of the Tressallure, the typical cake style box, kind of a bakery looking box. It's kind of a flimsy, thin box material, and for the price of these really luxurious wigs, I mean, I'm sure they're ample enough to protect the wig. I'm just not a fan of them at all. So you'll find the nice packaging inside though, with the nice cardboard forms. This was well protected. However, there was no net on this particular piece when I got it out of the box. So as soon as I got out of the box, I gave it a couple of really nice shakes just to wake up the fiber. The fiber seemed really nice and separated from this cap. And I just raked my fingers through at the root just to further waken it up. When I initially applied this wig, I thought, gosh, I have to take it off immediately and adjust because it was really, really large on me. I'm a 21¼ inch circumference, which is petite to petite average, and it was just going to fall off of me for the review. So I took it off and I adjusted the Velcro adjusters in as far as they would go. Overall, just looking at it and feeling it, it's very luxurious. It seems to be very high quality. The cap, the monofilament that's used, and we're going to get out into that a little bit more in this review. So before we dig into the specs, since the unboxing, all I did was part it a little farther left. When it came out of the box and you saw me do an application, I parted it just left of center, but I moved it over just a little bit because I find that when you add a little bit of asymmetry to the parting space and how it divides around the face, you can actually get it to stay out of the face a little bit. And that's very important to me in a review. So I brought the part over just a little bit. Now this is a full monofilament top. You can part it wherever you like. but I needed mine to be a little farther left so that I could use my hand to create just a little bit of training to keep it out of the face. This is a heat-friendly style. It's the Effortless fiber by Tressallure, which is heat-friendly. It seems to take the heat from my hands very nicely. So it does respond very, very well to heat. This is a long layered cut. That first layer in the front is about 11 inches, and I've been kind of sweeping it back away from the face. It blends really nicely into all of the other layers. It's about 16 inches from the crown down to the tip of the hair in the back. I think the layering is really exquisite on this piece. It has more of a point cut on the ends. We've seen that before on pieces from Belle Tress. There's actually one from Raquel Welch. I think it's called Well Played, but you're gonna see that. And I think that gives it a modern look and more of a wispier movement. This one features a full lace front temple to temple and a full hand-tied single monofilament top. Let's get up close on those features. I think they are super well done. So you see that it does extend. That's my widow's peak there. The knots are fairly fine. The monofilament material blends in nicely to the skin tone. And then with the monofilament top, you should be able to get the illusion of scalp no matter how you want to part it. Hand-tied monofilament tops do give you the option of parting it wherever you like, but it also gives a little more natural movement to the fiber. Each one of those fibers are hand knotted to that monofilament. That's going to let it move more independently and give you a more natural look and movement. The product details from the manufacturer state that this weighs just over 5 ounces. I think 5.29 ounces is the exact weight. I think that can vary from piece to piece. We all know we can see some variances. This one just feels like a very lavish density, a very lush density. It is a medium to heavy, I would say, and you can always tell by pulling it back and kind of figuring out your ponytail diameter here. And I would say that's about 1.5 inches to maybe 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches on that ponytail diameter. So that tells me it's probably of medium to heavier density. It really works with this style. It definitely doesn't feel too heavy. And with this layering, I think that the density just lends to some nice body. In terms of PERMATEASE, there is no real palpable PERMATEASE. We've got that full monofilament top. And if there's any PERMATEASE, it's probably located right around the monofilament, and then maybe just a little bit at the nape, but just enough to cover wefting. I don't believe that it's enough that you can sort of pinch in a lot of volume on the top or the sides. It's just really well done for a wefted cap. I want to touch on these fibers just once more. You can continue to see me just raking that back. It's already starting to train up a little bit, which I absolutely love. It responds so well, and I think it's because it is heat friendly. Heat friendly fiber does seem to respond a little more easily to heat. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of manufacturers are going to a heat friendly fiber, not because they're expecting you to drastically change your style with your heat appliances, but just because it allows you to do some minor tweaks and customization. And it takes the heat a little bit better and you get a better result overall. But I do want to rake through these fibers with this wide tooth comb just to get a sense of them. There's a nice kind of waxy, velvety feeling. You can definitely tell they are heat friendly. It glides through pretty smoothly, actually. There's really no snags. It doesn't feel dry. I think this is pretty well done. In terms of how this heat-friendly style will hold up, I cannot tell you that right now, but I am sure that it is on par with other similar heat-friendly fibers and styles. Here's a look at the cap for Tressallure Picture Perfect. There's that extended full lace front. Beautifully contoured, well constructed. It moves back halfway into that ear tab. All of the seams are obscured. It's a nice fine grid. A seam adjoins to the single hand-tied monofilament top. It's a nice density, so you can definitely see through. Now the material that's used here is more of a finer grid, which always gives a nicer appearance. It's not exactly soft, but neither is it scratchy. A closed velvet ear tab with nice sturdy stays. An extended felted nape with Velcro style adjusters. You notice I had to take in those adjusters and crisscross them to get a secure fit. Lots of wefting, lots of stretch. I would say this is most suitable for average to average large. You saw me unbox and apply this style, so this is pretty much what you should expect in your own experience. Now there are certain variances that can take place, so let me go ahead and just manipulate this hair a little bit. It'll give you an idea of the density, the movement, and hopefully inspire you to style your wigs. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check this style out at Wig Studio One. All of the links are below. We'll see you soon on Taz's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One.